What's up, y'all? This is Henny, and today we talking 808 basses. Have you ever wanted to get your 808 from sounding like this to sounding like this? Well, today is the day that I'm show you. You know how I do it. You know how I get down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've always wanted to do that on camera. This is gonna be a good one and a quick one. Let's go.
The business.
So a lot of people have been asking about their 808s and how to get them crunchy and punchy and sounding so heavy in the mix, you know, similar to like, you know, some of the records that are out right now. And I want to show you how you can do that using BeatMaker 3, you know, with any of your 808 sounds, or you can actually use this 808 sound at the end of this. More on that later. So the first thing I did was just bring in my 808. It's dry, and I just added a little bit of saturation to it, right? Do it again. Now, a dry 808 will sound good in the mix like that. It'll, you know, sit well underneath the kick. But if you really want that punchy sound that you might hear from, you know, a TDE mix, something like a Kendrick, or even like what Childish Gambino has in his current track, This Is America, you want it to really sit and just distort through those speakers. The first thing I'm doing is adding even more saturation to the kick. I added 55% and I just turned the gain up to about 1.2 dB. And you're gonna get it to sound like this from this. So you can tell it's already starting to get a little bit of a crunch. Second thing I did was add the Fact Transient. I would highly recommend this app. It adds so much depth and punch to your kicks and your snares and your 808s. Let me show you what I did. There's a punch on drums template where you can just, you know, I just turn it to punch on drums and I keep it pretty much how it is. And when I turn it on, let me show you with it without. Let me show you with it on. Now it's adding punch. So now you're getting saturation and distortion and you're getting punch. So the next thing I do is I add some low-fly dirt. Now, if you know you want some extra dirt, some extra crunch into your kicks, into your snares, into any part of your mix, I'm adding low-fly dirt. And this is another plugin that I highly recommend to get your music sounding great. I just left it on its stock setting. I turned the in down, the out up. So it's not one of these modules. It's just the original where it's, you know, black and the black and gray module. So basically just gave it a little, I'm just giving it a little bit of amount. And yeah, so you hear the difference. It's subtle, but it adds a little bit more punch. I didn't want to go crazy with it. Now, the next thing I did was, it might be, very subjective to people, but I put a stereo widening on it. This is HAAZE from Cleve Grand. And I just took the low end and I pinched it out, right? I'm pinching it out, but I'm only bringing in just a little bit of it, just so that when I have the kick going and I have the 808 going, the 808 is surrounding the kick. The kick can sit straight in the center and the 808 can just kind of bloom around it. So let me show you how that sounds. This is with it, without it. This is with it. Hopefully you're listening to this with headphones so you can tell the difference of how it surrounds, kind of gets widened. And that way you can have a more widened sound of 808 that kind of goes around, because you know the vocals are going to sit right there in the center. You want to make sure that it kind of distorts around that. And the last thing that I did was add an amazing tape saturation plugin called CASSETTE from Cleve Grand. And from here, I just made sure the tape quality was all the way to the right. The head quality I kept at 50%, and the motor quality I put all the way to the right. Now you have 3 options for tape. It usually defaults at chrome. I brought it to metal. I didn't bring any noise into it. I kept the input and the output the same, but then I just changed this dry wet mix all the way to about 15 to 20%. And from there you get, this is before and this is now. So what do we have here without it? Now you can see right there is punchy, it's getting through the mix, it's distorted, and it just sounds crazy in speakers. I'm telling you right now, it is, it's going, I'm telling you right now, you add some of that to any of your 808s that you love, you might just grab you something new and fresh for your 808. But you say, Hen, can I just grab that 808 from you? Of course you can, right here. I've made a 48 kilohertz, 24-bit, crazy 808 for y'all if you just wanted this. Already EQ'd, already like my specific settings, right there on my site, $299. You know I had to hold y'all down if you wanted that, but I had to show you exactly how I got it because some people have 808s that they already love and they just want to kind of tweak them differently. That's a great way you can tweak them right there on BeatMaker 3. So I hope you got something out of that today. This is HENNY'Z Crazy 808. And yeah, it's a great way for you to really get your 808 sitting in a mix, sitting crunchy, distorted, but still having hefty bottom end. And yeah, hope that helps somebody to be able to take that bottom end of your mix to a whole nother level. I gotta stop talking like that. I really do. All right, y'all, that's all I got for today. Hope you like that. Thank you if you watched this all the way through. Appreciate all my subscribers. I appreciate everybody out there who's showing love on the comments and love onto all my social media platforms. So thank you guys for everything. And I'm out!